gets all dressed up in my Stetson hat, my high heel shoes and my bat wing shaft. Well, I rounds me up about a quart, goes headed out for the big airport. I gets me a bird and away we go. She snakes about like a young bronco. Soon we set out on a level course, just like riding Granddad's horse. Since I this here, it's not even fun, and I held my whole darn quart of rum. We were riding about 4,000 high, the air felt fine and so did I. Says I, there partner, drop that stick, can't that cayuse do no trick? Oh, she lets a moan and she looped the loop like a doggone bronc as he leaves the chute. She sunfished till she went upside down. I watched my hat go floating around. Well, I reckon I'll ride you, darn your hide. How long I'll stay, well, I can't decide. 'Cause then she just went plumb loco, headed straight at the ground below. Well, I makes a grab at the saddle horn. Why, Sam Hill, was I ever born? She rolled clean up, headed down with a scream. That's when I entered the cowboy dream. When I came to, first thing I saw a devil on wings and a real outlaw. Bragged I could ride any colored hide, but here's one outlaw I can't ride. I believe in life there's many a slip. This is no advice, but a darn good tip. A cowboy who don't want to hurt his pride, don't spoil it taking an aeroplane ride. Yodeling, 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 ali-yodeling, yodeling, yodeling. I'm riding along 'neath a pale silvery moon. The rains land a dream, land will fade all too soon. Linger a while I hum a tune of my dreamy lullaby, Yodel. Don't roll on by, I'm lonely too. You be my pal, way up there in the blue. I've no one to love, no one to love me, a dreamy lullaby, Yodel. Hodely, yodely, 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 yodely. I'm riding along 'neath a pale silvery moon. The rains land a dream, land will pale all too soon. Linger a while I hum a tune of the dreamy lullaby, Yodel. Don't roll on by, I'm lonely too. You be my pal, way up there in the blue. I've no one to love, no one to love me, but my dreamy lullaby, Yodel. Hodely, hodely, hodely. have in Jesus, all our sins and grief to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptation? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful who will all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Are we weak and heavy laden, comfort with a load of care? Precious Savior, still our refuge. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Do thy friends despise, forsake thee? Take it to the Lord in prayer. In his arms he'll take and shield thee. Thou wilt find a solace there. As the shadows are slowly falling among the whispering pines, I see a light of bird hid in that dear old shack of mine. I hasten down the pathway to see a face divine, and waiting there to greet me is that dear old daddy of mine. Oh, daddy, dear old daddy, you've been a real pal to me, guiding my faltering footsteps across life's stormy sea. When the roll is called up yonder, we may have parted for a time, but I know we'll meet up in heaven, oh dear old daddy of mine. Oh, to leave, dear old daddy, oh, to leave, dear old daddy. Oh, to leave, dear old daddy, daddy, my daddy, Woody. Seated by the campfire, the hours swiftly fly, watching the glowing embers as they slowly fade and die. But life, it seems, is like a vision. It blooms and fades away, like a rosebud in the morning, fading at the close of day. Oh, daddy, dear old daddy, you've been a real pal to me, guiding my faltering footsteps across across life's stormy sea. When the roll is called up yonder, we may have parted for a time, but I know we'll meet up in heaven. Oh, dear old daddy of mine. Oh, dear old daddy. Ollie, dear old daddy. Oh, daddy, dear old daddy. Daddy, daddy, oh, dear. There's a tree on every road I take, but the tree I'm a-looking for is the tree that stands along the road that leads to my front door. I was young when I left home behind, and I roamed the countryside. Yeah, I saw the sights, but how I missed a friend standing by my side. There's a tree on every road I take, but the tree I'm a-looking for is the tree that stands along the road that leads to my front door. How I searched the world for happiness when I set my mind to roam, till one day I longed to breathe once more the breath of air from home. There's a tree on every road I take, but the tree I'm a-looking for is the tree that stands along the road that leads to my front door. Sure, I learned a lot while traveling round, but across the deep blue sea, if you want to be a rolling stone, you're as lonely as can be. There's a tree on every road I take, but the tree I'm a-looking for is the tree that stands along the road that leads to my front door. You often have heard the great tales of the range, where horses run wild and have never been tamed, about the hard-riding cowboy as tough as old nails could ride any bronco that follows the trails. We all tip our hats to the strawberry road, for many a hard-riding cowboy is thrown. Some boasted if ever they once had a chance, they'd show that old bronco the right way to dance. Well, we all got a chance just 2 years ago to draw for that pony that had never been rode. They shook up the numbers so it would be law, then each grinning cowboy reached in for the draw. My number was 7 and lucky, some say. It sure wasn't lucky for me on that day. In the old back and shoot, marked number 11, stood Strawberry Row, and his hide marked a 7. I eases the saddle down on his old hide. I knew my old bones were sure in for a ride. I cinched up the saddle till he gave it a groan, and I knew my old partner was a Strawberry Roan. I laid myself down on his rusty old hide. He shook like a leaf when my heels touched his side, and everyone yelled as the gate opened wide. Old Strawberry seemed to jump out of his hide. He spun like a top, even put one to shame, who says number 7 is lucky to gain. I soon realized I sure found my match. My legs were a-swinging and nothing to scratch. We just parted company and I laid on my pants. Where is that cowboy who could learn him to dance? There's no feller living who has any pride can honestly say he can fan that old hide. I've hung up my spurs and my battered old saddle, and never a bronc will I again straddle. Good luck, all you cowboys, you'll sure lose your pride if you try to sit straddle old Strawberry Hide. Hey, hey, man. Way down in old Wyoming, way out on the grassy plains, there's a horse that's never been conquered, called Midnight of Rodeo fame. He was once a hard-working pony, herding dogies way out on the range, an envy to most of the cowboys for his shining black coat and long mane. One day while out on the prairie, he took fright at a mere tumbleweed that sent this black horse into bucking. He was no more a cow pony steed. He was soon taken out to the roundups. On his back no rider could rein, but would go twisting high in the heaven and fall like a stone to the plain. In the chute he would stand there shaken, with hate gleaming out of his eyes. When turned out he'd leap for the heaven, the twisting black streak there on high. Then he'd dive like old Strawberry Roan, that once tyrannized all the range. But Midnight, the world's king of outlaws, never stopped for to hand you your chain. With a snort he would greet you defiant, swap ends with the greatest of ease, and leave his rider a-sailing along in the dust and the breeze. Many years he has fought for his freedom, stampeding north, south, east, and west, and piling up all the good riders, even Pete, who was considered the best. Ne'er again the touch of the saddle, nor the raking of spurs along his side. His stampeding days, they are over. He has won the great last final ride. His last stand in Cheyenne, Wyoming, was the greatest in all his career. And now he has worn out his freedom at the age of just 17 years. And now he's the king of all outlaws, even the Strawberry and Ridge Running Roan. He can snort, he can greet them defiant, he majestically stands on his throne. As years roll by there will linger a story of many a fall. Great cowboys will tell of the stampede and Midnight, the unconquered outlaw. Oh, high up on the mountain trails, no laws to bother me, no worries pry upon my mind. My life is wild and free, where men are men, a friend, we pass by day by day. I sing a song while riding along, here is what I say. Tra-la-la-lay-dee, tra-la-la-lo-dee, 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 tra-la-la-lay-dee, tra-la-la-lo-dee, tra-la-la-lo-dee, oh-lay-dee. And when the flaming sun is set and stars peep from the sky, the mountain lions start to prowl, the lone coyote cry. The moon comes peeping o'er the hills, I feel so gay and free. The valleys ring with the echoing of my yodeling. Tra-la-la-lay-dee, tra-la-la-lo. Oh, how I love the mountain trails, the streams with fish galore. A teepee for my little home, a spruce bough for my door. An appetite just like a horse, my heart is light and free. I love to sing my yodeling, my yodel-lady-ay. Tra-la-la-lady, tra-la-la-lody, tra-la-la-lady, tra-la-la-lody, tra-la-la-lady, tra-la-la-lody, tra-la-la-lody, yodel. Oh yeah, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, hey lady, lody, oh hey lady, oh lady, oh yeah, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, oh yeah, oh lady, lody, oh lady, lody, oh lady, oh yeah, oh lady. I'm just a Texas cowboy, I haven't got a home. I was raised out on the prairie, many deserts have I roamed. I was given a horse and saddle and learned to ride the range and punch those longhorn cattle that seem never can be tamed. They say I had a sister who left when mother died, when I was just a little tot lying helpless by her side. I was raised by dear old daddy, they say he did his best. One day while trying to save me, the cattle tramped him to death. I'm going to tell this story as it was told to me by a lad called a Texas Ranger who saw that big stampede in the latter part of August in the year of 1903. My dad took me out riding those longhorns for to see. While he was busy riding and I was playing around, a longhorn got excited, started pawing up the ground. The rest soon took the warning and broke in wild stampede. They circled at the Rio Grande and headed straight for me. The cowboys tried to head them, riding at full speed, lashing with their lariats and riding hard for the lead. They say Dad rushed to grab me, his pony tripped and fell. On the cattle came in hundreds in their maddened race to hell. 2 guns flew up like lightning, 2 steers dropped in the lead. They were too close upon us to check them in their speed. When the dust had finally settled and the boys had gathered around, they gathered up a body that was trampled in the ground. There beneath the horse and cattle, guarded by a faithful dad, who gave his life to save me, his little Texas La 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 la. Oh, I am so happy while riding along, high on the mountains a singing my song. Hear my echo yodel and you'll hear me say, I'm a happy Swiss yodeler, so have a nice day. The stars in the sky seem to wink and to say, hi there, Swiss yodeler, keep yodeling away. While the moonbeam keep dancing on the little chalet, I strum my guitar in my old-fashioned way. High up in the mountains there just let me stay. Hear me yodeling songs as I sing night and day. The snow-covered mountains make me happy and gay. I'll be happy just yodeling my whole life away.